Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at the blue build Leviathan Hunter. Basically Leviathans are used in invasions, and you can run 30 invasions each week to collect tickets, up to 150 tickets. I've calculated that you can earn around 900 rep per win, which is 27,000 rep a week, 20 copper per win, which is 600 copper a week, and you can also collect 150 tickets. The total value of the copper and tickets is about 825 credits at the moment, and it should be more when the game resets. It should be worth more because of the demand. In order to complete a week's worth of invasions, it takes around 30 wins, which is about 2 hours at 4 minutes a match from start to finish. But it could take up to 4 hours depending on how your teams are and whether you're playing with a pre-made or not. There's several sections to the Leviathan Hunters. Due to the way Leviathans attack, it creates a unique build requirement. They fire directly at the center of the cabin. So what people tend to do is build a long, heavily frontal armored vehicle, which can sustain, a burst of heavy fire from the front only. And then they tend to put a tower at the back or on the top, with all the weapons and ammunition hidden up the top, because the Leviathans simply won't attack it. However, random bullets and projectiles can actually, hit the tower, so you have to be careful. That's why I've placed several van doors and other bits and pieces to try and armor the tower a little bit, just in the event of accidents. Now, this Leviathan build is a very early Leviathan build. I wouldn't want to try it too much earlier than this. This is level 17 with engineers, and level 4 with scavengers, and level 4 with lunatics. This gives us just enough armor pieces to try and keep it together and survive a bit of a hit. Certainly when you reach for train plows in the scavengers, that will make a big difference in survivability. I'm using wasp launchers because they have a very high DPS output. I've got them recorded at 133.6 DPS, which is 33.4 higher than the next blue weapon, which is the Fat Boy Cannon. Just to put that in perspective with the vectors, 4 vectors would deal 143 DPS, while 3 wasp launchers deal 400 DPS. So you can see that's a substantial increase in damage, which is required when fighting Leviathans. This footage is one of my earlier Leviathan builds, Leviathan Hunter builds. You can see I've got the ammunition and generator down the bottom. I moved them to the top after several mishaps. And I've also put a bigger engine on in order to just get towards the fight faster. The thing with Leviathan fights is they don't last long. If you're not there to support a teammate, they will die. And it's all about just everyone having their shots, you gotta try and keep the line of fire clear so that you can help your teammates. Everyone's DPS needs to be hitting the Leviathan to bring it down quickly. The only time it's acceptable to really block a friend's shot is to either try and soak some damage for them, or in the event of a forward-facing Leviathan where you can ram into a wall and keep its guns faced away from the team, then it's acceptable to block everyone's shots. But otherwise, you kind of want to stay out of the way because you can get people killed. Blocking 2 or 3 people's shots on a Leviathan, that is just the worst thing you could do. It's important to remember that it is a team game, and it doesn't matter if you're not getting a shot in. You don't have to get greedy and block everyone else's shot just so you can have a shot. It's all about killing the Leviathans and nothing else. With regards to the NPCs, we don't tend to attack them too much. There's no time. If you just kill the Leviathans, the battle will end, so these smaller NPCs don't matter too much. However, the white vans with the cannons, you can't really ignore, and you certainly can't let them get behind you, because if they take your tower down, that's it. You have nothing without the tower. So if you see the white ones, you tend to try and pop a shot in them if you can to disable them or remove their cannon. This was actually interesting. The Leviathan didn't come out for a while, and then when we found it, it was mine. This was one of my cheap Leviathan builds, which is just to use when I'm actually playing. So it's just a forward-facing Leviathan with, I think it has 12 white cannons. as one of the teammates found out when he tried to head on it and just got shattered, and I think another one just died then. So it's just taken out 2 teammates, which is not good because we're only a 3-man team. But for some reason it just walks straight into this wall, so I just ram it in there and keep it there. And now it can do nothing because I already know I built it, so I know that all its cannons face forwards. So that's it. Still, I was curious to see how it went, and I got to see it. Some of the faster Leviathans actually proved to be more difficult. With the Wasp launchers in particular, I was playing on a Russian server at this point because I couldn't get a US, and it's quite hard to land the Wasp launchers when something's moving so fast. Yeah, I think we actually did lose this match. I just kept the recording because it was my Leviathan that we fought. So in a way, I still won. It actually turned out that my Leviathan ended up killing both teammates, so that was their first lives and they're losing their second, which left me alone in the 3rd round. So it is important that you don't run off ahead and get killed by a Leviathan before your other teammates are already in combat with it. Because those 2 got 1 shot when no one was even around the Leviathan. Thanks guys, like and subscribe for more content.